over again. Start all over again. And how do we do that? Well, you have to start from the bottom up, and this is again something that's very, very significant here. That this movement is not guided by some ideology from the top down. It's guided from the bottom up, and that is crucial. Because until we know how to create democracy at the local level and then build that democracy into configurations that remain democratic right to the top, then we are not going to be able to implement a program. We will see good ideas co-opted by capital. And that is one of the most serious difficulties of any political movement. You come up with good ideas and then they co-opt them for their own purposes. No. But just going back to the immigrant rights movement, the interesting thing about it was the way it got demobilized was by actually dividing the immigrants from other low-paid workers. And in particular, it pointed to the immigrants who were mainly Hispanics, and it then, the right wing had this enormous propaganda campaign in which it said, basically, unemployment in the African American community is due to Latin American immigration. It divided. It divided. And because it divided, it ruled. So one of the things that seems to me is terrific about these assemblies is that it seems to me there is a spirit that says, even though we're very different, we have different ideas, we will not be divided. Furthermore, not only will we not be divided, but we will not be diverted. Because the way in which they operate is generally to create some sort of argument that kind of says, well, you're really talking about the wrong thing. Why don't you worry about this over here instead of really worrying about that over there? In other words, there's tremendous attempts in the media and elsewhere to divert you from what it is you want to do. Tremendous attempts will be fostered to divide you. And it'll be hard sometimes. I mean, I've been in political movements where it's hard not to be divided. And it's hard not, to stick with your own position at the same time compromise with others who have very different positions. These are not easy things to do. But if you set yourself the rule, I will not be diverted, we will not be divided, then it seems to me you have a long way to go, and in fact you're going to have a terrific impact upon the political climate in this country. So these, it seems to me, are some of the issues that I would want to bring to the table. I left New York about 4 days before they occupied Wall Street, so I haven't actually been to Wall Street yet. So this is my first time at one of these meetings, and I think this is absolutely great. And I think that actually, when I get back, I'm going to try and, get together with the Wall Street folk as well. And what I'm sure they would want me to say to you is, keep the struggle going. Keep going. The struggle continues, as they say. Keep it going. And that is the crucial question, that we have to be persistent as well as, undiverted and undivided. So I'm going to stop here because I want to have a sort of more of a conversation and get some kind of responses from what you think and how you think, because I would want to take some ideas back with me to the United States when I get there, and perhaps also when I return to Argentina, which I will try to have some conversations there, because this movement is not just about London. You're in the heart of you're in the heart of the beast, the belly of the beast, and your job is to give the beast stomachache. But the more stomachache they get, the more grouchy they're likely to get. So you have to understand that is likely to happen, and then you have to stiffen your resolve. This is going to be a long haul for all of us, I think, so I congratulate you on what you've done. This is a marvelous kind of site, and I think it's a marvelous initiative that you've taken. And I think that, like I say, this is going to change politics in a very fundamental way. And keep at it, keep at it, keep at it.
Thank you very much. Okay guys, as we always do in these kinds of events, particularly in Tent City Uni, we're going to be as democratic as possible, open it to the floor and have questions. What we're going to do, given that obviously there are a lot of people that are going to want to ask questions, if you could line up here, if we could clear this space to the left of the stage, you could line up here perhaps in groups of 3. We'll have 3 questions, then we'll allow David a chance to answer, then we'll have 3 further questions. Please make them actually questions though, right? Because we've got about 45 minutes and then that means we don't have so much time for tub thumping.
Yeah. On the stairs. On the stairs, Maybe in the stairs. Yeah.